Hey everyone, in this video I'll be showing you how to easily defeat Idea, the final boss of Pragmata, also known as 8 Mk.II. Now, we have a lot of counters because this is quite a difficulty spike, but the number one thing that we want to be doing is purging the dead filament off of this boss. So you're going to press and hold left trigger here until you see Diana put her hand up into the sky. This is going to be the most charged up version of it, which will cleanse this boss, allowing us to do actually some considerable amounts of damage. Stasis net is another major key to our success here because we can use that typically to lock the boss in place, allowing us to get our attacks in, but also to purge that dead filament there with that left bumper attack. I also really like the photon laser here, and I'd also recommend bringing the stunning version of the hack modules here, because you saw that there, especially with the chain, I was able to get 2 stuns off on this boss, holding it in place for a very long time, so you use the photon laser there and build up heat really easily. The chain just lets you continually keep hacking this boss repeatedly, which is crazy whenever you're using things like the stun. Now, this boss will do this a few times. You can just go really quickly through the hack if you're confident with it, but you're going to want to avoid the red lines, obviously, so that will happen a bit in the further phase of this fight. The boss is constantly trying to suck you in or use the tentacle attacks, and you can actually watch the tentacles to get an idea of what attacks are coming out. If they're pointing them at you, it's going to dive towards you. If it's pointing in a certain area, it might do a swiping attack, but really the big thing here is to jump and dodge when we're going after these attacks, because that just gives you more time to be able to avoid the attack. So some of them, it's best to just jump up and wait for it to start moving and then dodge. But yeah, you can see right there, stasis net is amazing. And you can even, whenever you get the heat gauge built up on a boss, use your cleanse, get rid of that, and then do the critical attack, because then you can just go ahead here. But as it switches through the phases, it's going to get that dead filament back on it, so that's something you will want to cleanse as quickly as possible. And it's honestly just a priority, because the damage that you get from doing that is so much higher. So that's something I'd highly recommend just going straight for. And you can shoot its head there. You see the damage is pretty good, especially if you have the boss open. So don't bring any of the strike enhancements. I actually went with the heat one. I found heat worked really well in this boss fight because we're able to get his posture broke a few times, and that makes a huge difference because we're typically getting most of our damage in whenever the boss is incapacitated there. So another thing is Riot Blaster is actually kind of good in this fight. It stuns the boss for quite a good amount of time, believe it or not. So this is great too because it builds up heat quite a bit. And again, you saw it there. Always charge and release that cleanse attack with the left bumper before you do a critical strike, because then the boss is going to have that removed. It'll do this attack. I would not actually recommend breaking the filament spikes here. You can use the left bumper attack to clear them, but typically in the time that you take to be able to do that, you're going to get hit by one of the lasers. The best way to dodge it is just by sprinting around the arena. Now, whenever the boss comes back down after that, it's going to clear out all the filament there. And this is a good time, if you haven't already, to prepare yourself to doing that attack there to get rid of it. And whenever it's cleansed, it's going to be easier to use auto hacks, which I would recommend doing, as you saw there. If you can get the auto hack upgrade as high as possible, that's going to be great, because then you can get a ton of damage in, and it's going to grab all that extra heat too. So that's really nice. Again, I would recommend not bringing the strike module and bringing the heat one instead, because the heat makes a massive difference, and we don't want this boss getting hit with a strike to close up. So impact barrier is also quite nice, but it's really the Riot Blaster, photon laser, and the charging pierce is also really great too. But with these tips, you'll be able to easily defeat the final boss 8, or Idea, in Pragmata. If this video is useful, please hit the subscribe button below, and I hope you guys all have a great day. We'll catch you in the next one.